Hi everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am a little all over the place this week. I am currently at my house because it's my day off. Last week just didn't go according to plan. There were extra things that came up, like the margins that I normally have set aside to film just got eaten up with other things. So hence we are at my house this week. I am in the process of moving to a different house, so there's just a lot of activity and kind of disorder that's happening at the moment, but all exciting things. So that being said, maybe that's a perfect segue into, we're talking about coffee this week and the life and the energy that it brings into our world. We're gonna do a little behind the scenes of our coffee process at Chez Genèse, asking some of our staff what their coffee rituals are and what coffee means to them. It's something that I think holds a lot of, there's a lot of emotions connected to coffee for people, and it can be a very comforting routine, a very stabilizing part of someone's day. And because we're French inspired, I knew that it was important that we had good coffee. I was like, we're French inspired, we're breakfast, coffee's gonna be important. The irony is that I don't drink a lot of coffee, but I do have a good palate. I can detect flavors. Okay, stay all over here. So I had a lot of fun picking out our coffee. We get our coffee from Fortuna, which is a local roasting company, and it's a Guatemalan blend. It's delicious. It's a big part of our lives. The rest of my day is getting ready to take off, so I'm gonna go and turn it over to my team.
So in making a latte or a cappuccino, it's best to start by getting the milk ready, which saves a lot of time during the whole process. Also during this time, if there's syrup, as in simple syrup in the coffee item that you're making, it's the best time to add that. We at Chez Genèse will do a ½ ounce of simple syrup for 8 ounces of coffee, or 1 ounce for 12 ounces of coffee. So now, the drink I'm making, I does not have syrup, but I am making a 12-ounce cappuccino. So after I pour the milk, I take out this, and I start this to clean it out, and I knock the puck out of here. So after this, I get the dry rag, because it's important to keep it dry and clean. And I just kind of dust it off to make sure that we don't have any left over for the next one. We do timed for every 2 ounces, and then we'll tamp it down. For the tamp, it's important that there's not too much force, but there's enough to make sure it all stays together during the process. After that, it goes in and it just clicks in there, and we pour it directly into the cup. Now, while this is pouring, this is when we do the steaming. For a latte, we stretch it 2 times. For a cappuccino, we stretch it 3. I'm going to do it 3 times, and you can hear me do it. So I just keep my hand on it until it's too hot to put my hand on it anymore, and then I turn it back off. Alright, it's now too hot, so I'll turn it off. And before I do anything else, it's important that I take this wet rag and I just kind of do that. Now this is only wet with water, it's not wet with anything else. And then I purge whatever's left, and I take the whole thing over to the counter, where there are a lot of flowers right now. It's important to do this because the counter is harder than the surface over here, and you have to press the bubbles out. After that, you pour it in at an angle. I bring it around a couple times. And then just work with it. That's how you make a cappuccino.
I actually got an espresso machine, and I make a nice latte almost every single morning. So that's nice. It is decaf though, so it's kind of cheap.
Can't live without it.
Can't live without it.
Most of my morning is sitting around making sure I have a cup of coffee.
Do you like it hot, cold?
No, I usually drink it iced.
Yeah.
Mostly because I need to drink it quickly, so I don't have time to sip in the mornings. But outside of work, I usually will have like a hot cup in the morning. But at work, try to get it down quick.
Oh my gosh, so much. I love coffee. When I first started making it, I didn't realize how much I would have fun with it. It's really cool to see how the milk goes from cold milk to something spectacular in your coffee. Oh my gosh. I think it's the grinding the espresso into the portafilter and tamping it to make it even and adding it to the machine to make it the espresso. At different locations, I have different ways I like it. My favorite at Chez Genèse is the rosemary flavor added to your cappuccino, latte, and I like the ice as well. Hotter ice.
My empty cup of coffee. I love our coffee. I drink way too much of it. Just keep thinking about the Gilmore Girls episode where Lorelai is coffee, 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 coffee. It's just like not 3 coffees. It's like the urgency of coffee, 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 coffee. Post below if you know what I'm talking about.